to build an economy, as opposed to what this president has done with the current Republican leadership and not moving the economy at all.
Michael, I want to invite into the conversation now Mo Elleithee, who is a Democratic strategist, also former campaign spokesperson for Hillary Clinton. Mo, it's good to have you here as you hear me talking to Chairman Michael Steele about what it means to have Gingrich go up against President Obama and then also bringing out players like President Clinton. What do you think that's going to do to a campaign, a head-to-head, so to speak, between Newt Gingrich and President Obama?
Well, I think it's a very, very clear choice between Newt Gingrich and President Obama. And I think, yes, the economy is the #1 issue on everybody's mind. But in poll after poll, when you ask people what is the biggest impediment to economic recovery, one of the biggest things that they cite is dysfunction in Washington and a dysfunctional Congress. Well, Newt Gingrich is one of the guys that helped create that dysfunction that we are seeing and feeling today. So I'm not sure he's going to be seen as a very credible alternative or a credible way to move forward. It is interesting that he continues to lead in these Republican primary polls. If Romney's going to bounce back, I think he's going to have to become even more and more like Newt Gingrich in order to overcome his challenges in a Republican electorate, and that's not going to make him any more appealing in a general election either.
Michael, Mo brings up this great point about the dysfunction in Washington, D.C., and Americans feel it. The numbers in this poll, take a look. For Congress, they're awful. 75% of people saying this is either one of the worst or a below-average group. So do you think Republicans are going to bear the brunt of the blame, or you think that they even care about that? Because as we've heard and as we've seen through this first term for President Obama, everyone on the right has been saying they want to make President Obama a one-term president. And aren't they going to have to own up to that if the president is reelected? They don't have any choice but to play ball.
Well, I think you're absolutely right there. The Republican messaging since January has, quite frankly, sucked. I mean, it has been, only the way to put it, I mean, I don't understand how you can get so out of step and out of sorts with an electorate that elevated you in one of the largest wins in national history last fall, and to lose that momentum and that impetus to get an agenda done, to not lead with the jobs bill in January, I think was a fatal blow. It would have put the president on a clear defensive posture at this point in time. But having said all of that, I think you cannot ignore that the voters right there are looking at the Congress, and the Republicans control at least half of it, and are saying to themselves, this is part of the problem. And I think it's going to be important for them to get that messaging straight soon, because it will have an impact downstream.
Michael Steele, Mo Elleithee, gentlemen, thanks for joining me this morning. I appreciate it.